It was good, dog. Today we're going to be talking about ILLYMATION once again. Now, ILLYMATION is someone I've made 3 different videos about. One about her abortion video, the other one responding to comments criticizing my abortion video, and then another one criticizing her autism video. Today, we're going to be criticizing the fat video. Well, kind of, but not really. Reacting to her latest animation that she uploaded like 2-3 months ago is something that has already been done on other people's channel. And I was going to make my own video about it when it first dropped, because I'm subscribed to her channel. I see all of her videos. I've been watching her since I was a child. But I decided not to, because after I watched it, I was like, she makes some pretty stupid points. But I don't really care that much to make a video about it because it's not that serious. Everyone else says otherwise, and especially this one YouTuber in particular named Think Before You Sleep, and so this is kind of what everyone's been talking about this whole time. Now, he made a hit piece, well, not really a hit piece, but a video criticizing some of ILLYMATION's points, saying that she does not use valid sources to prove that fatness can be healthy. Now, this is a situation that's been going on for almost like 2 weeks now, because ILLYMATION responded to this on Tumblr, admitting that she did not even watch the video. A friend watched it for her and gave her bullet points. And so her statement is that no one else should watch it, don't give this guy watch time, and flag the video and mass report it and get it taken down and hopefully deplatform Think Before You Sleep. So throughout the few weeks that this has been going on, I am extremely late to this situation, and the only reason why I'm making this video now is because I can, okay? I have made ILLYMATION videos in the past criticizing her points because I don't agree with them. Not saying that she deserves to be deplatformed or anything, not saying that she needs to take them down, she needs to respond to my videos, nothing like that. It's just me having a good time criticizing things that I don't like, because that's basically my job here. So here I bring to you part 4 of ILLYMATION Says Abortion is Epic, despite this video not being about abortion. So I took some notes and wrote down some timestamps from Think Before You Sleep's response video, just so you all can get a clear image of the situation. And instead of me explaining it straight up, why don't I just show you the actual source? So here we go.
She's making an appeal to authority argument by saying that Jordan Peterson has a degree in psychology, Ben Shapiro is a lawyer, and I'm not qualified to speak because I'm not a psychologist or a lawyer. Well, for one, we're talking about health and fitness here, and what sort of certifications does Alyssa have in either of those fields to be qualified to talk about them in her video? Guess who does have certifications to talk about fitness? Me.
Yeah, so the gist of this clip is that ILLYMATION is not qualified to be talking about any of this stuff, especially when it's related to health stuff, because health is very important. Taking care of yourself is very important. Making sure that you don't get diseases or die is very important, which is a big issue in the fat positivity like community or whatever the heck it's called. They want society to accept that fat people exist and accept that they, quote unquote, cannot change themselves, which is totally untrue. The most likely reason why they're saying all that in the first place is because fat people are lazy inherently, obviously. And so why should they be expected to have the motivation to lose weight? All right, they're not going to put in the time, they're not going to put in the work or put in the hours just like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or anything. They don't want to take the time to lose weight, and that's understandable. So the thing is though, why do we have to lie about ourselves now and say that, oh, I don't need to lose weight, I'm perfectly fine the way I am, I'm not going to die when I'm in my 60s or anything? Because the sources that they use to back up that claim are from other obese people that don't believe that they're unhealthy. And they're using, like, just experiences from, like, their friends. Saying stuff out of their booty that has, like, no research behind it. And just, like, their personal experience and just, like, making these claims up and, like, and all of a sudden that's a valid source. So I bring this up to like shed light on the fact that some of these fat activists, they don't have actual valid sources from scientists that do research on actual biology to determine how fatness can be burnt or gained, anything like that. They're just like, oh, I feel special, and so you all need to see me as special as well. And then they go write a whole book about it, and all of a sudden they're credible, and so everyone else cites it, they use their information that is just kind of formed from basically nothing, and then boom, we have body positivity, and people are going to only get more obese, and people are going to die sooner, and you're just seeing it everywhere.
Alyssa goes on to say that she reported me to YouTube and is waiting for a human to review my video. She also chatted with the help desk person and really put a lot of her time and energy into trying to get me deplatformed, when really she should be busy enjoying her vacation in Japan. Has no one ever reacted to her content before? Wait like a week and everyone will forget about it. In fact, if you said nothing, everyone would have forgotten about it by the time you got back from your trip.
Okay, first of all, how terminally online do you have to be in Japan on a bloody vacation and trying your dang hardest to deplatform another YouTuber because they made a video about you while you were, like, traveling? Second of all, yes, think before you sleep. Someone has criticized her videos before. Me. I did it 3 times. And we're going on to a fourth. Thanks to you, commentary community, for allowing me to feel safe criticizing a liberal storytime animation YouTuber. I don't think Alyssa has ever watched any of my videos criticizing her. They don't even have that many views. I doubt she even knows about it, and if she does, she probably just didn't care at the time. But now so many people are making videos about her, calling her out on this false flagging situation. Like, what are you gonna do? False flag everyone else that are reporting on the situation? You're the one that started to be a crybaby about someone quote-unquote cyberbullying you on the internet, admitted to not even watching the video yourself and just relying on information from your friends, ignoring all the valid criticisms that he said about your video, explaining that you don't have valid sources, you don't know how to diet or exercise properly, you're not even eating the right food groups in order to lose or maintain weight. And even pointing out her fashion style or her makeup and all of that stuff. I thought that was a really good point, because if she's so insecure about how she looks, there are things she can try to do in order to look how she wants to, via makeup tutorials, being more educated on fashion and stuff, and wearing actual good clothing. Looks maxing. I'm kidding, he didn't say that, but it would be funny if he did.
Alyssa says her mom has struggled with weight loss for the majority of her life, which is strange because you would never guess that from the way she animates her mom in her videos. Geez. First you animate Aubrey Gordon about 150 pounds lighter than she actually is, and now you animate your mom as a thin person when she's actually overweight in real life. You know, for someone who is trying to promote body positivity and normalize things like health at every size, you really do a great job at erasing the existence of fat people from your videos.
Yeah, that's another great point to bring up. This dude, he's literally so good at finding the deepest information on people in order to criticize them in the most nerd emoji way possible, but in a funny nerd emoji way, you know? Okay, I don't think I need to elaborate. But yeah, so being so preachy about body positivity and fat acceptance, despite never consistently drawing any fat people in her animations in the background or anything of just anything going on, you know? I get some people are more skilled at drawing a certain kind of body type, and so they just want to stick to what they're good at for the sake of making high quality work. But still, that's a great point to bring up.
And Aubrey Gordon is allegedly a sociology major.
They have really helped me reconsider what it means to be healthy, and I can't thank them enough for it.
I can't imagine how that benefited you. No wonder this article that Aubrey wrote is full of sociological arguments and people's opinions instead of actual scientific data. Does she even know basic biological information like what ATP is? And if you think her podcast maintenance phase is any better, it's not.
We still don't know why most people are fat or how they got that way in a scientifically incontrovertible kind of tested narrative, right?
I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, it's just a bunch of obese people coping with the fact that they're obese by using opinions from their friends instead of actual research to determine what truly makes someone healthy. Their mindset or their actual physique and their actual blood pressure, their sugar consumption, all of that stuff. But of course, your mindset on how you feel about yourself and your actual physical appearance go hand in hand. But when you're faced with the situation of possibly dying at the age of 50 or 60, kind of like the whale Brendan Fraser movie, at that point, you kind of need some sort of wake-up call to realize, okay, what I'm doing right now is not helping me, it is hurting me. So let's see if I can change that, lol.
Now, did I make fun of Alyssa's gender? No. Did I make fun of her race? No. Did I ridicule her for attributes of her appearance that she can't change? No. Did I tell my audience to harass her? No. Yet she still has deemed this as cyberbullying and is leading an actual targeted harassment campaign as an attempt to deplatform me and take away my source of income.
Yeah, so Alyssa, she claims that what Think Before You Sleep is doing is cyberbullying. He's, criticizing her for no reason, just to get a goof, just a laugh, whatever. Either that or to incite, misogynist riots against her or whatever, something like that. But if she actually watches his video, she would see he's giving actual criticism that's meant to be constructive. Just because you disagree with him and you think that his points are doo-doo, why does that automatically equate to cyberbullying? This is a big problem that I have seen with a lot of people that criticize on my channel. People don't want to take criticism. They want to silence people. They want to take your platform privileges away. This has just been happening for years now. People want to always be right. They don't want to take criticism. They don't want to be criticized, which is a very childish mindset to have. This isn't really a big reason, but it's a reason why I started doing this controversial commentary on my channel. I want to be able to have people criticize me and everything I say and stuff in the comment section, so I can read it and understand that I might need to articulate stuff a little bit differently if I want to criticize someone, or even if I get something wrong, I want people to explain to me what I did or said was wrong. And I feel like I have made some pretty good progress on becoming more open-minded than I already was. Now, it's not always I will agree with people's criticisms of them calling me wrong, but it's still good and a healthy kind of practice to consistently have, in order to not be a crybaby all the time and just like roll around on the floor with tears puddling everywhere like, oh no, why are they criticizing me? I'm right. You know I'm right. Shut up. But of course, a liberal storytime animator is not going to be used to that kind of criticism.
Now, I will say that I think most of Alyssa's videos are fine. I think she gives decent advice on how to deal with an autistic partner. I think it's great that she's trying to destigmatize mental health treatment with videos like this. And I thought that most of the videos that I watched of hers were entertaining and relatable. I mostly just had a problem with her video on fat acceptance.
I'm a little bit different. I have a problem with her autism video, her abortion video, and her fat video.
How are all these other people so brave? Aren't you like 26? You are well into adulthood and a lot closer to 30 than you are to 20, yet you behave like an elementary school child tattletaling to the teacher because some other kid criticized you for being a bad sport during kickball. Considering that in this post you stated that your market is children, do you really think this is being a good role model? Telling people to stick their head in the sand, not listen to feedback, and use dirty tactics against anyone who criticizes them? By trying to deplatform a smaller creator, all you've done is make yourself look bad and legitimize the claims that your opponent made against you.
Again, I love how this dude goes so hard on her character and the irony of this whole situation, because, like I said earlier, he does it in a funny nerd emoji way. But yeah, to answer your question, Alyssa does think that she's being a good role model because this is just kind of the standard for, educating the youth nowadays. Because in her mind, in her friend's mind, in her community's mind, because she lives in California, criticizing other people's videos for any reason is bad and it needs to be abolished and it needs to not ever happen. But in our minds, we think it's good to criticize others because it's good to be self-aware, okay? These people, they need to understand that not everyone thinks like them, and, maybe your advice is not that good. And of course, this goes both ways, but in this case, we're specifically pointing out the left. I know I'm making this political, just bear with me. Overall, the only way for these people to realize their mistakes and realize that what they're doing is making society worse in the end is for them to suddenly have some sort of awakening that makes them more open-minded. A lot of my liberal friends that I've known since the beginning of high school that were very radical, they've matured a lot now that we're seniors in high school. I would go as far as saying that they're not radical anymore. They're like either moderately left or they're a flat-out centrist. Which comes to show the stupidity of the radical left in general. Literally, all you need to do is become more open-minded, do your research, understand actual problems and the things that, start it in the first place, and you will naturally become more intelligent, which mysteriously shifts someone towards the center of the political spectrum. Very strange. And of course, I can say the same thing on the radical right, like the Nazis, the people that hate black people, like legitimately. If they become more open-minded and they understand actual issues and what causes them, or like understands other people's mindsets, all that stuff, they will shift more to the left and actually be a normal person. Okay, maybe those aren't the people on the radical right. What is it? I don't know. It's the people that are like further than radical, That's how they become a Nazi, But you get what I'm saying. Okay, so I guess that's it for Think Before You Sleep's video. So I looked at some Twitter and I want to show some screenshots of what other people think. ILLYMATION is a horrible person. She openly spews her politics and spreads dangerous misinformation to young kids. Then, when a small YouTuber content creator tries to correct her and give her collective and fair criticism, she threw a tantrum, refuses to watch a video, and encourages her followers to harass and flag a small creator. This is despite the fact she didn't even watch the video that criticized her. She's a grown woman acting like a mudaheckin' toddler, bullying other creators who then proceeds to play the victim. She's a horrible bully. I really hope YouTube handles this properly and hears both sides of the story. This has nothing to do with your gender, race, or your disability, so don't even try to play that card. This is simply because you're a horrible person, bullying a small creator for simply giving your collective criticism. Saying you shouldn't encourage people to gain weight because it'll literally kill you, and saying that you should care about what you eat should make them a bad person, Lily shouldn't encourage obesity. If anything, Lily is the bad guy here. ILLYMATION when you give constructive criticism.
Fun facts of Squidward. The house you see below, the fact is your house. Try to check outside right now.
ILLYMATION. Food is just food. Commentary channels. And then it's Steven Universe crying with a bunch of text under it. I want to humbly apologize for my vulgarness in the majority of the duration in all of those videos. I was going through a phase on this channel where I was in the mindset of like, oh yeah, I'm a political commentary YouTuber. I get to say whatever I want and nobody gets to say a dang thing about it because I'm a political commentary YouTuber. Let's go. I took that to like such an extreme level. I just said whatever the heck I wanted and made everything political when it really didn't need to be. Like the autism video, I made points saying like, oh, the people are stigmatizing the word retard because liberals don't want people to say retard. Like, why would you do that? Like, whether or not you think that's a valid point to make, which, you know, that's another debate in itself. Why did I need to make that political? Why is that a political statement that I decided to have criticizing a video that has nothing to do with politics? So my autism video in particular is the one that I dread the most. That is one of my least favorite videos I've ever made on this channel. Because I went so hard for no reason. Like I said in my video, I'm making this just to have a good time. I'm making this for fun. Like, it's not that serious. Don't take it seriously. People took it serious anyway, because I was saying some wild stuff. And for most of the things I said in that video, I still agree with them. It's just if I made that video nowadays, I would say it so much differently. Because something I learned a few months after I made that video is, in order to have people understand your true feelings about a topic and as you explain it, you need to say it in a way that they can comprehend it, and in a way that they won't get mad at it, you know? Which is something that Think Before You Sleep does really, really well. He is a lot more humble than a lot of streamers that criticize other people. He uses actual research from valid sources, and he doesn't directly demonize people just because of their beliefs. Or maybe he does in some people's eyes, but in my opinion, no. I think he's just pointing out the flaws and making sure that they're known to the public. This video is probably a little bit longer than I originally intended, but, you know, whatever. I think this video is probably a little bit more transformative than my usual kind of videos. And I hope that this did good redeeming myself after making those 3 other ILLYMATION videos that are kind of a dumpster fire. And like I said, I don't really have very many different opinions of what I already said in those videos. I just think I could have explained them a little bit more maturely and better overall. Well, I guess that's about it then. Follow the Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, and join the Discord server. Follow all the social media. Bye-bye.